Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. I think this is recording. Let me check. I'm back out here in the garage. So let's see. Yep, it's working. Okay, so everybody's recording. Everything is good. All right, check this out. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Thursday, June 3rd, 10:04 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Check out Bitcoin Daily View for links on things that we talk about and indicators that are used and such like that. One thing I wanted to mention, Brian Scott, an amazing YouTuber about spiritual things. I interviewed him on Radiant Creators, a podcast of mine, and he also put that same interview on his channel. So if you so desire, go to Bitcoin Daily View, check out this link here, click on this, set the reminder, watch it, like it, comment if you're into such things. We really had an amazing time. If you dig my craziness, this definitely is a good channel for that. So let's cruise along here. Looking at the market today, very, very, very green. It is a beautiful thing. Things are looking up. All right, so Bitcoin is up, Ethereum's up, DOT and Sol definitely up, and so is Filecoin, Theta rocking. So Algo is moving too. So we're definitely back. These are kind of very, very these were bullish coins back when we were running before. Now they're back. HBAR is running, KSM, Rune's happening. So we're definitely back in kind of a general market Lambo mode. So we'll take a deeper look at that. Let's refresh this here. One thing that's kind of beguiling me a little bit is the the trading volume. So the trading volume last 24 hours is 4.8 billion, basically 3 billion of that on Binance. Nobody else showed up for a billion, but yet we're having an amazing, you could say, Bitcoin rally. So I think that just my little suspicion is a lot of this has got to be large over-the-counter buys, because I mean, the volume that I'm seeing, trading volumes, isn't really there for the rally that I'm seeing. So anyway, I can't explain it. There's weird things going on, so everybody be watchful, gird your loins. This trading volume, which is what I would usually expect to see reflected for retail buyers, who's pumping this market? If you have any insight on that, do definitely comment. And always like, share, subscribe, comment. Even if you just comment Bitcoin, it does actually help many see this video that would not have found it, because that will make the YouTube algorithms like it more. All right, looking at longs versus shorts on Binance for all that volume is, longs are 66% and shorts 39% on Binance. For Bitcoin, for Ethereum, longs are 66% and 33% are short. So long 66, short 33. So the sentiment is in general long right now on Binance. A little bit of interesting news. So Norton Crypto lets users mine Ethereum on PC while its antivirus program, whatever, is running or whatever. Anyway, this is, I don't know what a PC could possibly do as far as mining Ethereum. What, you would make like 11 cents a year mining with a CPU. But anyway, it's just cool. It's interesting. I mean, a lot of gamers that have a GPU, I guess maybe if it kicked on and started mining some Ethereum while the, I guess Norton Crypto, is it like Norton Antivirus? Yeah, Norton Crypto, in brief, cryptocurrency mining is risky, but doing on a PC and computing devices can bring added additional woes, mining operations, blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of looking at this. I gotta admit, I read through it, but I don't exactly understand what this is. At first I thought maybe this is like their antivirus, or is this just some program? Anyway, I don't exactly understand it, but I'm reporting on it anyway. Norton will let you, I guess, when you're not using your PC, when there's an activity, it'll start mining Ethereum. Good luck with that, but this is definitely, it's just cool, Zero Hedge has some fun articles today. So I checked this out. This one here, stocks jump after Biden signals major changes to the tax stuff, the $4 trillion deal. Anyway, pretty much he went from a corporate tax rate of going from 21 to 28, and it looks like he's backpedaling down to like 15% for corporate tax. Anyway, not a whole lot of specifics in here, but when I do read through it and check it out, in general, what I'm picking up on is that the administration is backpedaling, and it definitely caused, I guess you could say, a rally on the DXY, the Dollar Strength Index today, but I'm not sure if I saw it on the big markets. I mean, they are reflecting it here. So Biden may back 15% tax floor instead of 28% tax. So anyway, I guess the S&P futures went up some. Anyway, I don't look at these incredibly closely. I didn't see a huge move, but I guess it did happen. or a move of some kind happened. All right, so with that said, this thing I find way more interesting is this: Russia's 186 billion sovereign wealth fund dumps all dollar assets. This has gotten all kinds of different commentary, different takes on it. I find it interesting, and I know that there's a lot of stories about Russian hackers and all kinds of stuff like that right now, and supposedly Russia's our adversary, and I know people have very, 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 very varying opinions on Russia, but basically, I think Russia is just fine, and I don't believe their hackers are chasing us. I think it's all inside bullshit jobs, to be honest with you. But with that said, boom. They're not doing this to be as some kind of an attack necessarily on the dollar. There's no maliciousness whatsoever. I think they're just doing business. And I think when you look at where they're diversifying into further and how they're pulling out of the dollar, take that as you will. If you're an American sitting here in America, I mean, I would say be aware of hyperinflation. I hope you're stacking your sats in Bitcoin and gold, silver, copper, plutonium mining, whatever your thing is. I just think when I walk around the neighborhood and I see in people's big windows and I see them watching CNN and MSNBC and all, this should be the only story they're talking about right now. If this is not a harbinger of disaster, I don't know what is. It's not a malicious attack. It's simply, reactionary to the fact that the dollar is, this right here. I mean, the world, I think right now, business kind of fears this guy and this administration. They're freaked, and they have a reason to. So anyway, there's so much going on, and as you can see, he's backpedaling, the administration's backpedaling. I'm not going to get what they want. They can't have their neo-Bolshevik revolution yet. And then also you look here, well, the neo-Bolshevik revolution, they already went through it and it's over. And now they're getting serious and they're dumping the dollar because they want to be a world superpower and live happy, productive, spiritual, wealthy lives, whatever. Anyway, I saw this t-shirt. It doesn't matter if you're religious or not. I just think that's pretty badass. I might get that. Would you wear that? I would wear it. I just think it's just, that's pretty operator. That's definitely friggin' crucifix operator, serious, in your face kind of thing. I like it. Anyway, AMC soars. Jim Cramer says stock overvalued. I don't know who this Jim Cramer is, but what a disgusting human being. Look at what he said. The short-termers who think they are big shots because they hit GME and AMC, both of which I said in my bald-headed man-boob benevolence would go much higher. They've had their 5 minutes of fame, but it's going to end soon. Enjoy it while it lasts because you will be gone after this. Sorry. What a wretched, disgusting asshole. Let's look at this. This is something beautiful. I really love this. This is something beautiful. In response to that, I like what I saw right here. This is Zuby Music. Look at what this guy said, and I think it reflects a great way to see what Mr. Cramer said, and I think this is something very important we should all note. I think this has value, and I think it's beautiful, and I totally endorse it. I legitimately believe that what the mainstream media has done to the people over the past 16 months is an act of evil. They've broken millions of people's brains and severely damaged their emotional well-being. Many will not fully recover. It's psychological terrorism. It is clear that they are relishing it too. That's why it's so sick. They are squeezing every bit of juice out of this that they can. They will say literally anything to make people still feel threatened and afraid. I hate it. The pandemic ends when you turn off the TV. Well, you know what? Whoever that Jim Cramer asshole is, he disappears when you turn off your TV also and your whatever and stop listening to evil garbage human beings. So, with that said, prepare for the end. I linked this over at Bitcoin Daily View and I think it has a lot of power. Mark Moss is a very smart character. I've interviewed him on the Radiant Creator Show before, and this is not really fear porn whatsoever, and even many of the things they talked about were over my head, but really, if you're looking at the dollar's issues, geopolitical, financial kind of conflicts that are going on, if this kind of thing concerns you, Russia, like basically hedging out of the dollar, this is a great way to learn ways of seeing it, more deeply, understand it better, and be reactive so that you, or what you should say, proactive, get ahead of what is coming. This is very, very intelligent stuff. I linked to it. It's worth a watch. I really think that it is. And along with all this, fear stuff that you see here, and that Jim Cramer guy that I already closed that tab, but basically, along with all this preparing for the end, not that they said anything about this specific issue, but massive world-renowned doctor blows lid off COVID vaccine. This is linked over at Bitcoin Daily View. It's like 16 minutes long. It will change your damn life if you have not watched it and you're considering this horrible decision, and or you know somebody who is or who's already suffering from it. This is worth a watch. It truly is. Now, with that said, I think this could be due to the news here about the stocks jump after Biden signals major changes to tax proposal. Look what we're seeing here. Dollar strength index, boom, a nice green pump today. But check this out. Gold, boom, dump. Check it out. Silver, boom, dump. So silver's gone under the 21 EMA. It looks like gold wicked under it, and the dollar done pumped over it. So we'll see how this goes. It's only a day, but this is, in my opinion, big movement, and it's interesting just to see. But what is also interesting that really tickles my fancy is this. Bitcoin versus USDT, no red candle like gold and silver. And the MACD is positive, and the histogram continues to open. This is a beautiful signal on the daily, so we're swinging upwards. We're getting ready to wick over and challenge that 21 EMA, and soon we'll be challenging the 200 moving average. So in general, we're not in utopia until we get back to like 42,000 and above and find support above this 200 moving average. As you can see, if you look at history, Bitcoin, get yourself a big ass monitor with a lot of high resolution, and you can check it out. When we're below the 200 moving average and the MACD is flipped positive on the daily, you can just see, if you can hop in and out, and many people do, they hop in and out of Bitcoin, they swing in and out based on daily MACD crosses, and also the daily MACD cross has more or less of an effect depending also if you are above or below the 200 moving average and the 21 EMA. So these are big swing trades, but I tell you what, if unlike myself, I did not hedge out as much as I knew better and should have. What if you'd hedged out, like, let's say here, like you have a negative MACD cross, then you get your negative under the 200 moving average cross. You look at where you'd be right now, you'd have made some money just hedging out a bit. So this is powerful stuff. I don't take it lightly. I get a lot of ridicule about some of the way I see this. But I think the 21 EMA, 200 moving average on the daily are powerful indicators for anything, but especially Bitcoin. And the daily MACD, I'm telling you, so far, you can retroactively test this if you want. It is an amazing swing in and out, and so we are on a very powerful swing towards the positive now. So let us see how this rolls out. This is something I linked over at BitcoinDailyView.com. I put a link to it there. It should be right about. Where is it at? Let's see, I have to refresh this. It is there. I did put it there. Okay. Well, while that's refreshing, let me go back to here. The crypto rabbi Jordan over on the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat. He mentioned this guy. It's a great video. If it will come up here, where is it at? I'll make sure it's there. Come on. Where is it at? Right here. It's right here over the Bitcoin Daily View. Bitcoin technical analysis. Where are we now? This is old. It's from June 2nd, but I guess it's only June. This is not old, but anyway, check this out. This guy does amazing TA. I like where he's coming from, and like I say, Jordan passed this over to me, and I think it's really good. So I am going to start actually when I do these daily views. I'm going to start actually looking exactly at something he talked about. This is a weekly. This is the total market cap, and on TradingView, you can just find it. Just type in total, and then also the BMSB is an indicator. Check that out. It's a nice green and red rolling kind of an indicator. So check it out. The crypto market cap took a serious dump, as we know, but now it's above the 21 EMA. Once again, boom. It never got below the 200 moving average on the weekly, but check out here on this weekly chart. The stochastic RSI, one of my favorite indicators, is just now crossing positive after a deep dive into oversold land. Now, if we go to the daily chart, all right, you also can see where we cruised down the 200 moving average. We crossed over it a few times, wicked over it, but now we're bouncing off of that. Now here on the daily, we're oversold again, so, I mean, overbought. Anyway, this is looking at the crypto market cap. It's just interesting, and if you watch that guy's video, it does have a bit of enlightenment to it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep looking at this and include it because I think it has value. Looking at the weekly and the daily, boom, I think it's a pretty badass indicator. Way of seeing things. Now, as I mentioned, Bitcoin on the daily, MACD's positive. We're getting ready to challenge that 200 moving average. We're right now wicking above, or we have wick 2 today, the 21 EMA, and of course you got to note that we had a DXY pump today and gold and silver dump, but yet Bitcoin itself has stayed strong. Green candle. That's pretty dang badass. So upwards and onwards. Looking at immediate price action, the 45-minute chart. And sorry this is so long today, just kind of covering too much stuff at once, but 45-minute chart for immediate price action. I love what I'm seeing. A green directional index. ADX is 27. That's not bad at all. A squeeze indicator has got some white golf balls firing off there. I love it. It might be decreasing right now, but in general, we have a lot of velocity going upwards. The KRI, an amazing indicator. Get the KRI. You'll be glad you did. Set it for 20. Badass. You'll be happy. Stochastic RSI shows oversold. So boom, we're getting ready to get in that buy zone. Lazy bear indicator shows a positive cross. It's kind of like a fancy MACD. So it's the lazy bear indicator is the green here, and it's crossing the signal, the red dots. Anyway, and it's in the mid range. It's good enough. So we are in a powerful spot. I'm loving the 45-minute chart right now. We're above the 200 moving average. We're above the 314 moving average. We got above both. We challenged the 314 there briefly, and we're continuing up. Let's look at a 4-hour and see how we're doing there on a 4-hour chart. Okay. Here's the thing. Now, on the 4-hour, we're still below the 200 moving average. Indicators are still looking pretty strong. We're good enough. We're good enough. But we need to get above this on the 4 hours. The 4 hours is right around, 46,000 or so. It's going to take a little while to get there. But let's check out the 4-hour chart. We're moving towards the 200 moving average rather than away from it. That's better than the other way around. How about the 2-hour? 2-hour chart. Look at that. We've crossed the 200 moving average. Looks like we're finding supportive of it. The directional index and ADX is looking good. Squeeze indicators firing up. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI is good. Lazy bear shows maybe possibly overbought a little bit. Anyway, this is wonderful. We'll probably range between the 314 and the 200 until we break above. And so 2-hour will happen before 4-hour, but we're going in the right direction. And definitely the 45-minute chart, immediate price action. This is kind of where I hang out a lot, where I'm trading aggressively throughout the day to make some money to pay for the overpriced financial boat anchor you see behind me. Well, anyway, so look at that. You could almost draw a channel right now. I think you could do that. I think you can get away with it. Boom, look at that. Beautiful upwards channel forming on the 45-minute chart. So let's see if we bounce off this mid-range and continue up. I'm going to love getting above the 200 moving average on the daily and finding support. That's going to be right around 42,500, I think, is where we can start feeling like we're probably going to bounce and find some support on that 200 moving average. So with that said, looking at Doge, everyone loves Doge. I'll go through alts in the future a little bit more, and I'll get to these quicker. This one's just kind of a little bit long today, sorry, but looking at the pump we had recently on good news about Doge, there's a bunch of reasons to be excited about Doge. Dogecoin just is Doge USDT pairs on Bybit. Doge and Cardano, ADA are now on local Bitcoins. And Coinbase Pro, of course, has Doge now also. And that's exciting. We saw some price movement when that happened. But what I'm really waiting to see is when it hits just a standard Coinbase, because that's where grandma buys her Bitcoin. And I'm telling you what, I think when people can buy it on Coinbase, boom, that's where it's going to happen. Because, people might give Coinbase a hard time, though it has expensive fees and all, but it is a phenomenal platform. It makes buying and selling and crypto and cashing out and moving it from USD to to buying on Coinbase to converting back to USD and putting back in a bank account. I mean, it enables a lot of people to be in crypto who would not be without it. So I don't give it shit. I think it's a wonderful thing. Even though I joke about grandma buys her Bitcoin there. Well, so do I. So me and grandma hang out and we freaking do trades together. So anyway, DOGE USDT. If I look at the fib sequence here, taking into account this recent pump we've had and our high, and now it looks like we're kind of coming down to against USDT, the 382 fib level. It's holding strong. I'm kind of watching these indicators. When I see this squeeze indicator go back to the green, KRI get in the green, and the directional index is already in the green, and the ADX is around at least 20. Lazy Bear Index is in the right spot for a turn up. Stochastic RSI is ready. I'm watching because I think this guy is going to... especially if Bitcoin starts moving up, Doge USDT will be back in Lambo land. I probably will hedge in a little bit, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but before it becomes truly available on Coinbase, I'm sort of like stacking sats with a tight stops because $1 here we come. Plus, Doge versus BTC, which is harder to trade, of course, because BTC has a volatility to it, which the dollar supposedly does not. Anyway. It went down to the .5 fib level. I like that, a 50% retrace after the recent pump. Not bad at all. Indicators are about the same, actually, as it is against USDT. So I have a slight hedge in here with a tight stop. I'm going to keep making a position because I do think this is going to go nuts this year. It's a small play, but I am playing it. I like two people that I'm going to mention, or two companies. You can find them linked to over on the BitcoinDailyView.com. BlockFi Education, check it out. It's a great place to learn to trade. They have some hybrid trading stuff, which is just phenomenal. Check it out. It's worthwhile. And then here is Trade Genius, tradegenius.io. If you want to learn to trade, and also especially if you really don't have much experience at all, they have a bunch of custom indicators that when you sign up there you can get that literally will say like trend buy, trend sell, trend buy, continuation buy, sniper buy. Takes a little while to figure this out, but basically you buy in the green, sell in the red, buy in the green, sell in the red. Whatever your skill level is, whether you're really experienced or have no experience, it's a good place to hang out. Both BlockFi Education and Trade Genius, Trade Like a Genius. I just call it TradeGenius.io. You can click on it over on Bitcoin Daily View. Boom. They both have nice chats that are up 24/7. People are always chatting about what's going on, and Trade Genius does have some amazing. They do put out calls, so you can hop in on those if you so desire. And Phil, the guy who runs those, is pretty darn spot on, and he's constantly chattering. They have a Telegram chat which you can keep up on and see when he is mentioning good entries and exits. So anyway, that is the BitcoinDailyView.com, and I hope you're having a good day. And I just want to mention that this matters. The peaceful revolution does make a difference. And I'm getting this from Jericho Green, kind of copying him. I'll link to him in over at BitcoinDailyView.com. I'll put a link there because Jericho Green is a great political commentary. But to kind of copy him slightly, remember, for every Bitcoin sat you own, an evil globalist piece of shit banker cries. So keep stacking those sats. Amen.